Good luck.
Thank you. Very good afternoon to you all. I'm happy to be here because I'm together with my colleague Bart. We are a bit representing the Entrance project. And if you would allow me a few minutes to tell you what Entrance does and how it can be helpful to you, maybe. That's the idea. And then we will hear the vendors of the different technologies speaking. And as Daisy said at the end, we will see whether people, skippers, might be interested in stepping into a kind of joint purchasing setup. That's the idea. Just I have here a switch box. Let's see if it works. Yeah. Okay, what is Entrance? So Entrance is in fact a EU-funded project, and you can see Entrance is a kind of a matchmaking platform for innovative transport and mobility tools and services. In fact, we are looking to find groups or at least buyers, and starting with the individual buyer who would be interested in acquiring innovative logistics technology. Can be a truck, can be a vessel, can be charging infrastructure, whatever, right? And the idea is that by means of this project, we want to de-risk at some, let's say, the acquisition. Because maybe you're the first of a new technology. So if you do that in group, then you might be a bit more relaxed. That's the idea, because you spread the risk. Of course, this group very often are peers to you, so they might even be competitors. So we should be sure that also within this group that we are completely antitrust compliant. So Entrance is a 3-year project, and we are now in the last year, so we have to hurry up to find some purchases aggregation. Of course, if we have some, it will not stop, the support will not stop as the project stops. So there are some, let's say, kind of transferring agreements to be made. Okay, this is the consortium, as you can see, and we are Trivisor here, just in the middle, and our task within that consortium is to lead the purchase aggregations, because that's also the reason what we are here. But you see, there are some dissemination institutes, but also some other consultants, and also, as you can see here in the lower right corner, the IWT, where we are here today. Okay, so as said, it is a matching platform. This means we bring together supply and demand. So this means we try to find buyers, we try to locate the vendors, and we bring them together. And sometimes a good financing can be a good glue to bring those two together. So it's not only bringing supply and demand together, but providing the appropriate financing if we can come to new solutions that are maybe a bit more expensive, but that we can de-risk by creating groups. And then on top of that, we can de-risk it some from a financial perspective by having the good sponsors in the project. Right, let's come to the purchase aggregation, because purchase aggregation is that part of Entrance where we want to build and set up groups of peers who are looking to common needs, to common investments, to even common tools or common equipment, right? In that case, we can set up a kind of purchase aggregation, where, of course, some things have to be discussed and agreed upon. For instance, how are we going to share the risks? How are we going to share the gains? Well, this should be done from a neutrality point of view, completely independent and also independent from the vendors, but also independent from the buyers. And it should be done in full confidentiality. This means that, for instance, if we can, let's say, bring together a group of interested skippers that are interested in acquiring new equipment, well, the individual demand of each skipper will not be disclosed to the rest of the group. It will only be disclosed with a neutral party, and that's we, where we bring together all these individual, let's say, needs to formulate, hopefully, a single demand that we can then, let's say, propose to different vendors. Now, of course, it is not just matchmaking, it is not just bringing together. We have a complete process for that, which we want to follow to be sure that everything is covered and that we comply completely with all regulations, including antitrust. So, matchmaking, common needs assessment, alignment on expectations, this is, let's say, the first step to come to a kind of clear definition. What are the common needs? What do we require? What are the conditions? Because it might be that we can find skippers with, let's say, comparable needs, but it might not be synchronized over time. What can we do then? Is it possible to bring them together to a same, let's say, period? Or if not, okay, then we do not have a purchasing group. So these are all the things that are, let's say, covered in that first part. And then if we manage to synchronize, if we have some common needs, okay, then we might calculate together with you the joint business case. Because it should be a joint business case, but also an individual business case to realize that. And finally, if this has passed, if we have a business case, a real positive business case, then we move to the preparation. And the preparation, we mean the preparation for instance, a request for proposal that we send to the different vendors of the different technologies. And finally, it goes into a contract where we go into a, let's say, multilateral contract, all together, all the peers together, towards one or more vendors of technology. That's basically the process. And what we are doing here right now is in fact see, okay, can we identify some buyers? And with what we will see just in a few minutes, where the vendors will present different technology, it would be good to hear from the buyers, or at least that they inform us on that there might be some technology that might be interesting for them. Then the second step could be that we will contact the buyers individually to see, okay, what are your real needs? And can we build from the different needs that we have with the different skippers, can we build common needs from that? If that is still the case, then we might even ask, okay, can we extend the group? Are there still other skippers that might be interested to attend and to go into a purchase aggregation based on the common needs that we have? If yes, then we can add them to them. And then finally, can we come to a kind of real purchasing aggregation here, where we have the needs and we are able to synchronize them over time so that we can come with a single request for proposal, so to say, and go to the market. I think that's basically what I had to say, Daisy. So I'm very happy to give you back the word.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex. All right, I think that's quite clear for everyone. This is the introduction. Now we'll continue directly to the pitches.